Hi everyone, it's Melissa from the Hug Strap. I'm here today to teach you how to play Growing Up by Bruce Springsteen. It's one of his very first songs off of his Greetings from Asbury Park album, so an oldie but a goodie, maybe one you haven't heard before. In any case, just a little heads up. It starts with a riff, which you may find a little bit difficult to play. It's actually not too bad, but I had to adapt it from the guitar, so like the fingering can be slightly awkward. But I think you can get it as long as you've been doing your finger independence exercises that I've mentioned, and you can make kind of like a B flat chord and those types of things. You should have the dexterity to do it. In any case, you'll want to go to the description box where you'll find a free downloadable PDF tab so you can follow along with me. Chords will also be up in the corner, and I'm going to see if I can make a little sticker for the riff to go also up in the corner. But let's start with that. So you're going to take your index finger, you're going to place them on your E and A strings at the 3rd fret like you're making a C minor, and then you're going to place your middle finger down on the C string 4th fret, okay, and then you're going to add a ring finger down on the 5th fret, and the reason why is because you're going to be lifting up this finger as you pick. Now, when you go to pick, you're going to be using your middle, index, thumb, index, and middle. I said the wrong thing. And then you're going to go C, E, and A strings. So it's a forward reverse roll where you're doing from the C, E, A, back to the E. C, E, E. So that's just the pattern with your right hand. All right, and this is what it's going to sound like. So it's, then lift up that ring finger. All right, so let's just do that again. Ring fingers down, so you're on the 5th fret. Now lift it up. One more time. All right, now the next part of this is you're gonna go and place your ring finger. So they're still at the same position. I'm just using my ring finger now so I can have my index finger free. So it's at the E and A strings, okay, 3rd fret, and then I'm gonna place my index finger at the 2nd fret of the C string. So I'm hitting that D note. All right, so same pattern with this hand. All right, and then you're gonna move it back to where it was. So index finger goes back on the E and A strings, and I've got my middle finger on the C string 4th fret. All right, and I play that once. So this is what it sounds like all together. So that's the riff. Pretty simple and pretty slow, which will make it a little bit easier to learn. It's just a matter of kind of contorting your fingers in a weird way. So the transition between the two chords is going to be a little tricky. If this is beyond you and you're like, I just want to play the darn song, and you're not ready to learn the finger picking, you can play F, C, G, C instead. So the first 2 lines would sound like this. I stood so like a midnight, suspended in my masquerade. That would be how you did it if you didn't want to do the riff. If you're doing the riff, you're going to do it like this. I stood stone like a midnight. I stood stone like a midnight, suspended in my masquerade. Combed my hair till it was just right, and commanded the night brigade. All right. And then at this part, so no matter what you've chosen, you're going to go back to the chords for the next few lines. So, and it's I was open to pain and crossed by the rain. So as far as chords, what I'm playing with my right hand, I'm just doing a down up. So I was open to, down up. I was open to pain and crossed by the rain. And I walked on a crooked crutch. I strolled all alone through a fallout zone. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, and he does this at the end of every last bit of these lines. He goes faster, so he's going to do, it's just 1 strum, down strum each for these chords. And came out with my soul untouched. All right, so you end on that C, so it's F, C, G, C, F, C. And then you go to the G for the last line. I hid in the clouded wrath of the crowd. Notice I went to a down, down, up strum for this part. I hid in the clouded wrath of the crowd. Go to the F, but when they said sit down, I stood up. A minor. Now F, O, G7, O. Now you're gonna go back to the original chord pattern, which is F, C, G, C. Growing up. have the option there of going back to the riff that we learned earlier. You could play, instead of the F, C, G, C twice, you could also do this. You could do... do that instead. So that's up to you what choice you want to make. I personally like actually playing the chords there because I like that it's a little louder, because I feel like you just said that line about growing up and you're kind of being rebellious. So I like to have the chords so it's just a little bit more percussive and loud, but that's your choice. So then the next part you're just going to keep repeating the exact same pattern, because it's only verses with a little bit of a turnaround. There's not like a true chorus. So nothing changes. The song is entirely the same every way through. So you would have a second verse, an instrumental where he just plays the chords and there's a piano solo over it, which you can decide to use or not. And then verse 3, which is the same, except that he'll add that "ooh, growing up" line twice. So let's just play through that, see if you can play along with me. And hopefully I won't mess up the riff while I'm trying to sing, because that is the trickiest part, is learning how to do both at the same time. All right. The flag of piracy flew from my mast. My sails were set wing to wing. I had a jukebox graduate for first mate. She couldn't sail, but she sure could sing. I pushed B-52 and bombed with the blues. My gear set stubborn on standing. I broke all the rules, strafed my old high school, and never once gave thought to land. I hid in the clouded wrath of the crowd, but when they said come down, I threw up. Ooh, growing up. So now we do have the instrumental. So that was the F, C, G, C. I did that pattern 3 times. Hit the A minor, F, G, and then you can go back to the riff. Or, like I said before, you can also do the verse chords and go all the way through. I thought that's actually what he did there in the instrumental, and as I was doing this, I was like, nope, he did change it a tiny little bit. So, whoops, I was wrong in the beginning. Hopefully you've been watching this whole video all the way through. Anyway, all right, it pays to watch the whole thing. Let's go to the verse 3, so go back to here. I took month-long vacations in the stratosphere, and you know it's really hard to hold your breath. I swear I lost everything I ever loved or feared. I was the cosmic kid in full costume dress. When my feet, they finally took root in the earth, and I got a little nice place in the stars. And I swear I found the key to the universe, the engine of an old parked car. I hid in the mother breast of the crowd, but when they said pull down, I pulled up. I'll say it again. Ooh, growing up. And then you can end it there. So he just adds that extra line and then does the F, C, G, C pattern twice at the end. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the box below. And if there's anything you're dying to learn, it is really my specialty. I try and seek out songs I can't find ukulele tutorials for, that I feel like have not really gotten the attention that maybe they deserve. So please let me know if there's anything you're dying to do. I do have a long queue at the moment, actually, of things that people have requested that I'm still working on. So if you're somebody who's asked for something, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just trying to figure out the perfect way to do it. And that sometimes takes me a little bit of time, because sometimes I'm not satisfied with what I've discovered. So it sometimes takes me a little while to figure out how I want to play it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.